Mine is going to kind of spin on its axis, but let's just talk about our #1 brand and the #1 brand in laptops in America. That is HP. They are doing something for our birthday that they are not doing for anybody else. They are also giving you Intel Inside and Windows Microsoft Office. So that Windows 11, even in that S mode, which is typically an expensive upgrade, they are doing, but I kind of buried the lead. Let's even include Office. Let's include Microsoft Office. Okay, and then let's do the same kind of service and support package that we only do with today's specials. And that's our famous 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1. And trust me when I tell you, somebody's paying for that. Well, that means you're getting 1 full year of accidental damage protection, 2 years of Smart Friend, that's that judgment-free technical support, and then 3 years of what our gorgeous and darling friend Helen Keeney calls LoJack for your computer, which is Find Your HP. You're not paying for that. That's included with your purchase. So remember, Microsoft Office, Intel Inside, it comes with the support that you're not paying for. We're paying to send it to you. It's part of our big celebration. So you're getting 5 flexible payments and you're getting it only as long as supplies last. So your choices are, we have the silver, we also have this great teal. Then we've got that is the gold. Okay, that is the gold and that is the rose gold. And the gold and the rose gold are the most limited. And by the way, on that teal, that's the one that has that keyboard that kind of looks like a little facade. It looks like a little sliced agate. So it really, that would make Jay King proud, that's for sure. All right, well, we can't do these shows without my partner in crime. I always call him my work husband, and that would be Aaron Berger, who I've had the pleasure of working with for over 15 years now. And, you know, Aaron, it's fun because we've done a lot of HPs over the 15 years that we've been celebrating HSN's birthday together. But doggone it, it looks and feels like a today's special. It probably would have been a today's special if they could have gotten more of them in. Is that kind of fair to reason?
Absolutely. I mean, when you go through the sort of feature list on this, you know, from the Intel Celeron processor, the backlit keyboard, the fingerprint reader, Windows 11 built in, there's every reason to say exactly what you just said, that this feels like it could have been, you know, a today's special in many, many ways. So let's spend a few minutes on the computer and sort of dive into some of the features. And I'll start with the fact, you know, if you're joining us right now, if you're flipping by, we know there are a lot of computers to choose. We really curated this computer for this weekend, for our big celebration weekend, our big July 4th celebration weekend, to cover all of the bases for you. So we took the biggest names, and what I mean by the biggest names, HP, #1 selling computer brand in the entire country. So you're walking in the store and going, I'll take the #1, I'll take the best, I'll take the one that most people prefer. That's the first big #1. And by the way, Shannon sort of alluded to this, HP is also the #1 selling brand, period, at HSN. For all the great things HSN sells, all the great health and beauty and fashion and cooking and great home decor, you name it, that HSN sells more HP than anything else. And they do that because we at HP work so hard. You see it says right there, exclusive, to bring things to HSN that we don't bring anywhere else. That literally there's nowhere else where you can get this sort of deal with the HP 1, 2, 3 judgment-free IT support and all of those good things. The other big #1s, Intel. So let's be really clear. Bum, 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 bum. Intel Inside. Intel Inside means you have the #1 selling processor brand in the entire world. Many computer people will only buy a computer if it has Intel Inside. This has an Intel Celeron processor, has Intel high definition graphics. So that means up to 12 times better 3D gaming. If you like to game, we're going to talk about that in a little bit with Windows 11. Can now actually play Xbox games on your PC, up to 8 times faster high definition video conversion. So just, you know what, the latest 2 episodes of Stranger Things just dropped. So when you're trying to stream, I heard that it crashed Netflix. I don't know if that's true or not, probably not. But when you're trying to stream, you're gonna have great high definition, beautiful quality video without pausing, without waiting, without hesitating. And then of course, the other big #1 is Windows 11, which we'll talk about, the latest operating system, Shannon. from Microsoft is built in. So you've got Microsoft Teams built in. It's really easy to make a web call. You have access now to do things like play Xbox games on your computer. You're connecting, you're creating, you're playing. All of those things that we do every day are done in a faster way, in a more efficient way. And by the way, the computer only weighs, get this, it's the #1 selling screen size in America, top selling screen size in America, 15-inch, but it only weighs 3.75 pounds. It has a 10.5-hour battery life. So Shannon, this really is, as we all start to be on the go more and out and about more, and certainly in our homes a lot too. I know many of us are in a hybrid work or school situation, but as we start to be out and about and on the go, it is time for a great new portable computer, and this really is your answer to that.
It absolutely is. And when I say it looks like, feels like, smells like a today's special, I mean, it really does, because that 123 or 321 support, depending on how you look at it, is typically, that is our most expansive, you know, package of support. And trust me when I tell you, somebody's having you pay for, I mean, people aren't giving that away at the computer store. I'll just tell you that right now. It's kind of like when you go to a movie and it's not even the cost of the movie theater ticket, it's the cost of, you know, the soda and the popcorn and the candy and everything else. So technical support is typically a very expensive proposition, let alone when it is custom tailored to you and your needs. And what I mean by that, that is supplied by HP. So it's not some random company that they've actually farmed that out to. That is HP. And remember, whether it's that 1 year of your accidental drop, whether it's that 2 years of that judgment-free tech zone or, you know, technical support, or that 3 years of that find your HP, typically, I mean, I know on that Smart Friend alone, I mean, normally I think that's over a value of like almost $300. I'm trying to go from memory here. You do need to understand though, HP does things for HSN that they do not do for anybody else. They are America's #1 laptop manufacturer. They are our #1 brand. So even though HP is sold elsewhere, I mean, they're #1 and they're sold elsewhere, they don't do this for anybody else. They're also doing these fun colors for us, which I think really kind of takes it over the top. That teal has been one of our most popular choices when we've done it in other configurations. That's the one that has kind of that sliced agate design on the keyboard. The rose gold or the soft, what I'm calling the champagne gold, are the most limited. We didn't bring in a ton of these. This was for our big 4th of July celebration weekend. And then we also have that classic silver as well. And if you are new to HSN, a couple of things. There is no restocking fee. There's a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. There is no restocking fee on the electronics that we have here, which, by the way, that is very unusual in the world of traditional retailing. Normally, if you return an electronic item, I say that they withhold or, you know, hold some of your money hostage. They'll withhold generally between 10 and 15% of that purchase price. But we now, for the very first time in history, it launched on July 1st, have something called free exchanges. So if you're trying to agonize over, oh gosh, I'm torn, should I do the rose gold or should I do the gold? Well, guess what? For the first time now, and it's launched on July 1st, you get that rose gold at home and you say, you know what? I really wish I would have got that gold. Or you get that silver at home, you go, I really wish I would have got that teal, because I really like that sliced agate look on that keyboard. Well, guess what? Now you can actually exchange it with no, you know, free to you, which that is a big, big incentive to making this happen tonight. And you know, Aaron, at the end of the day, whether we are doing our Teams or whether we are doing our Outlook, because Microsoft Office is included, which is also a biggie, whether you've got the dropsies, as you call it, the mulligan, I love that accidental drop protection for that first year. HP and our buying team, they put their collective heads together and they say, okay, the customer wants support that they're not paying for. The customer wants that #1 screen size. The customer wants Intel inside. That really is how they build these opportunities for us, isn't it?
Weekend like this, our holiday weekends, our summer holiday weekends, Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, they are some of our biggest electronics weekends, specifically of the year. This is our big computer. Think of this as our back to school computer. It's July 4th already. I'm not wishing anyone summer away, but you know, usually around the beginning of August, we start going back to school. That's a month from now. This is back to school. If you need a great computer for back to school, if you know someone going off to college, a kid in high school, I mean, across the board. Maybe there's a couple of kids in your family and everybody needs to have their own computer. Let's talk about reasons to upgrade your computer. Why upgrade your computer? Some things about this that we think you'll like over a computer that you've had maybe for 3, 4, 5 years. Is your old computer slow? Does it take a long time to turn on, a long time to turn off? When you start your computer, or when you close the lid on your computer and then you open it again, is it, again, do you wait a long time for it to turn on? This is essentially instant on. Thanks to the solid state drives it's built in, there's no moving parts, it's lighter, it's quieter, it's faster. So I think you'll love that. Is your computer heavy? This weighs 3.75 pounds. So like I said, as we're out and on the go again, to whatever extent you're able to be, this is a computer that is really, really on the go with you. It's so lightweight, has about a battery life, if you're worried about your computer running out of battery life, has about a 10.5-hour battery life. Multitasking, you can do a lot of things at once on this without slowing down. I've got hsn.com open. I have YouTube open, and in fact, I'll hop in. That's HSN's live stream. You see there's no pausing or waiting or hesitating or buffering or anything like that. It's just essentially immediate. Oh, I've got video playing over here as well. Check out the quality of this video, by the way. The video, if you like to watch a video with the Intel Celeron processor that's built in, again, you get Intel high definition graphics. I will talk more about that in a minute, but it's 12 times better 3D gaming, 8 times faster high definition video conversion. So all of these things just add up to, yeah, this is a great day to upgrade your computer. This is Windows 11, and it's not just Windows 11, it's Windows 11 in S mode, safety, security, simplicity. S mode means your computer cannot catch a virus. I'll talk more about that later too, but it means no antivirus, no anti-spyware, no anti-malware. No, you don't have to keep up with your computer, as it were. You don't have to update your computer. In fact, I'll just talk about S mode now. It's sort of like the bump up version of Windows 11. It means a longer battery life for your computer, about a 10.5-hour battery life, means faster boot up times, security and protection are built in. Every application you download right from the Microsoft Store. So your movies, your music, your games, your apps. In fact, let me just hop down here to the Microsoft Store. I'll open that up for you. There it is. So here's the Microsoft Store. So you can download your apps and your gaming, your movies and TV. That's all at your fingertips now. Really, really simple to get to that. And all of these things are certified, so they don't come with any bugs. They don't come with any viruses. They don't come with any trackers built in. So having Windows in S mode is a really big thing, particularly maybe if you're retired person, and you don't have an IT department to support you. You don't want to worry about antivirus, anti-spyware, and anti-malware. You don't have to, because this is Windows 11 in S mode. Same thing for students. They've got enough on their plate without worrying about, is their computer updated against the latest threat. This is always updated and it's always protected. I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw it back to Shannon, let her sort of reintroduce for anyone who might be joining us. And then I want to talk about the Intel Celeron processor, #1 processor brand in the world is built in. And I want to talk about Windows 11. We have videos in that we're going to show you. We're going to do Intel Celeron processor, and we're going to talk about Windows 11 here in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good, because Aaron, you're right. It's good that we kind of refresh the presentation. I think, especially if you are discovering HSN for the very first time, which, thank you again. We are celebrating our 45th birthday here. Many of you may or may not realize this, but HSN was actually the first electronic retailer in the industry, and to make it to 45 is no small undertaking, and that is all because of you. And in honor of our birthday, you get the gifts. Of course, it's also America's birthday, so this is a big weekend to be shopping, especially for electronics, during what we are calling our Celebration. Now, that means 5 flex pays. Now, what's really cool about flex pay, I somewhat tongue-in-cheek say I wish that gas at the pump were on flex pay, because that means you kind of pay as you go, so to speak. You can use your PayPal, Apple Pay, your major debit card, and major credit card, of course, and then we are mindful of your budget. So that means for $86 on your credit card, normally I would say plus shipping and tax, will zip this off to you. So that's number one. So we're gonna get you America's #1 brand and our #1 brand in a computer. We're gonna get you America's #1 screen size in a computer, yet it still is very lightweight, but it's uber powerful. Why? Because there's the #1 brand in processors inside, and that is Intel, of course. Plus, in addition to that, this has the upgraded operating system of Windows 11 and Windows 11 in S mode. And then, as if that weren't enough, we are going to give you, well, we call it 123 or 321, or HP is doing that. That means somebody is paying for, you just aren't, 1 year of accidental damage protection, 2 years of judgment-free smart friend or technical support, and then 3 years of Find My HP. And then, as if that wasn't gilding the lily enough, you are also getting Microsoft Office included with your purchase. The only thing that you have to choose is what color do you want. Our teal has sort of that sliced agate, sort of that geode coloring on the keyboard. We have our silver, and then our most limited choices are in the rose gold or in the gold. 809-892. And Aaron, at the end of the day, certainly now that we've got free exchanges and a 30-day return policy with no restocking fee, it does, I think, allow people to shop with a lot of confidence, especially if they're looking for a laptop that they might be using not only for pleasure, but for work purposes. So many of the work platforms that we use here at HSN are specifically grounded around Microsoft Office and Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft platform. And boy, oh boy, it does not get easier or more affordable to be able to harness that power and technology, does it?
Absolutely. And, you talk about work, Shannon. Everyone who buys tonight gets Microsoft Office 365 included. Usually, very, very often, when we sell a computer that has Microsoft Office included, there's usually 2 tiers of pricing. So there's the price without Microsoft Office, and then it's usually another $50 or so to have Microsoft Office included. You get it tonight. There's not another tier of pricing with it. That means you get a full year of all 7 of the Microsoft Office programs. So that's Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, OneNote, and Publisher. Again, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, OneNote, and Publisher, all 7 of the Microsoft Office programs for your computer, for a tablet, and for a smartphone for a full year. It's built into your computer. It's already preloaded, so it's ready to go when you get it home. Let's talk about Intel for a minute. We have a video. We're going to show you this video twice in a row, actually. It's the Intel Celeron processor built in. A lot of computer people will only buy a computer if it has an Intel processor. You're in luck. This one does. What is this Intel processor about? Value and versatility for the things you do every day, for smooth running apps, for web browsing, for video editing, for light gaming, for watching your favorite videos and doing it for hours and hours. Again, if you didn't hear this earlier, the battery life on this computer. How long is the battery life on your computer at home right now? Is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours? Does it run out as soon as you leave the house? This is a 10.5-hour battery life on a computer that only weighs 3.75 pounds. So super lightweight and on the go for the things that you do every single day. #1 processor brand in the world, coupled with the #1 computer manufacturer in America and the top selling brand at HSN. That is, of course, the brand that I am so fortunate to represent. That's HP. We'll talk to you about the operating system. The operating system is a big thing as well. This has Windows 11. If you haven't bought a new computer in the past 9 months or so, then you don't have Windows 11. It just came out in September of last year. We were very fortunate to launch it, to be a launch partner here at HSN. Windows 11 is built to bring you closer to the people and the things that you love. There's really 3 pillars on which that's designed. It's creating, connecting, and playing. With Windows 11, the sort of genesis of it, of course, was the pandemic. The folks at Windows said, you know what, we can an operating system that feels like Windows 10, that's so easy to use, but that's more directed to the way we live today, right? We do so much more on our computers now. We go to the grocery using our computers. Many of us have connected with family and friends over the past couple of years, in some instances, only by computer. To that end, Microsoft Teams is now built in, which means with one click, you can start a web chat. You don't have to be in a Zoom room. You don't have to know code. You don't have to set it up ahead of time. It's just so simple to use. So Microsoft Teams is built in. Gaming, unrivaled gaming experience. For the first time, you can go to the Microsoft Store, the all-new redesigned Microsoft Store, and download and join the Game Pass. And with the Game Pass, you'll have access to over 100 Xbox games on your computer. This is revolutionary. You don't have to buy an Xbox console to play Xbox games now. I've been selling computers for 15 years. I've never been able to say this before Windows 11. Before today with this computer, you're now able to actually play Xbox games. And the way that happens using Windows 11 is so much of the processing for the games now can be done in the cloud. And then sort of the last bits of it come down to your computer. This computer, remember, has an Intel Celeron processor in it. So that means up to 12 times better 3D gaming compared to a computer from just 5 years ago. Up to 8 times faster high definition video. These are, I'm not saying, if I were saying 10% better, 20% better, that would be great. If I were saying twice as good, 3 times as good, I'm saying things like 12 times better, Shannon. Wow. 8 times faster. This is a sea change. If you have a computer that you don't love, if your computer is slow, if your computer is hot, if your computer is heavy, if you find that you use your phone or you use your tablet because they're easier or they're faster or whatever, your computer should be the device that you go to. It is the hub of your electronics home. If your computer isn't staying up to date, then nothing else will. And with Windows 11 built in, Windows 11 in S mode, with the Intel Celeron processor, with a backlit keyboard, with a fingerprint reader, Shannon, with every bell and every whistle, this is a computer that I really believe you will look forward to using every single day.
Well, you really will. And especially because it's really not, I mean, certainly, yes, it's a considered purchase to a degree, but Aaron, you remember the days, even on Black Friday or those big holiday, people used to wait, we used to be, remember the December 7th Computer Today special? And
yes.
Do you remember? And people would dream, we used to get so excited, it's like, oh, your flex pay, it's only $120, it's only $110. We used to lose our minds when we could get those flex pays even a little over $100. So to get this at home for less than $100, that really is a big deal because, at the end of the day, Aaron, I love that